Hello and welcome to this week's edition of It's Your Call, brought to you by our good friends at Quit Now. We have a look at some of the decisions from last round's worth of football. Round 15 in the spotlight, as he does every Tuesday afternoon. Great to have the umpires manager beside me, Jeff Geesham. Welcome, Geesh.
G'day, Wayne.
Another busy weekend of football. Of course, you can get involved in the program. At AFL is the Twitter address. Hashtag Your Call. Pick out a decision that you'd like us to consider to include in the following week's program, and we will continue, as we have done for the season and through the rest of the season, to pick out two of your nominations. Let's get straight into it. The score review system has come under question once again. We had a number of incidents across the course of the weekend. This is probably one of the most controversial ones. James Magner's shot on goal against the Tigers on the weekend.
Yeah, we can see Magner have that set shot from about 45, 50 metres out. Ball came off the boot funny, rolled towards goal. Two Richmond players in the vicinity. Once threw his boot at it, Ivan Marek. Young Jake Batchelor tried to touch it as well. The goal umpire thought it was a goal, but he was concerned it may have been touched. So he thought it was a goal, concerned it may have been touched, so he asked for some assistance. The two boundary umpires came in and offered their help on this one. Now we can see Marek throw his boot out, passes under the boot, very close to the boot. We can see Batchelor throw his arm out, and it's very, very tight call.
So Batchelor didn't touch the ball, but the Marek's boot did.
Yeah, we're comfortable the Marek boot did, based around a boundary umpire heard a sound as it passed by Marek, and we also had a field umpire further up the ground in the middle say that he saw a deviation. The goal umpire had a little bit of doubt whether it was touched. As soon as he got that confirmation that it might have flicked a boot, he was happy to have a look at it. The review came back inconclusive, but when we've got two umpires who believe it's been touched, we've got to go with the two over the one who thought it was a goal but wanted to check if it was touched.
So I'll just repeat, before we move on and have a look at the next one, if the goal umpire is not, if it's not conclusive for him, he's got some doubt, the video review system is not conclusive, so there's still a question mark over the decision.
Correct.
You're still happy to take the decision of two umpires that are absolutely convinced that it was touched?
Yeah, and look, we like to use all the resources in this case, whether that be boundary umpires, whether that be field umpires, because we've seen over the years the goal umpires come up, be very confident, be very certain, signal, only to find a replay show they've got it wrong. So we've encouraged the umpires to use all the resources on the field. In this case, we had a boundary and we had a field umpire who both believed the ball had been touched. We checked on it and found that it was.
Well, the Demon supporters might think the karma bus came along a little bit later on Matty White's goal that wasn't paid a goal.
Yes, and look, this is just a clear goal umpiring error. We can see the players there remonstrating quite demonstratively. We see the ball go through the goals. Unfortunately for our goal umpire, he sprinted across the face, didn't see that it had gone through the goals, and we made a mistake.
Do the umpires, are they instructed to look for cues from the players? Because generally, if there's an immediate response, that's an indication that something's actually happened from a player's point of view.
Yeah, we do. And, you know, when we've got doubt where there's so many players remonstrating, and we don't want to go by the players all the time, but I think everybody who was at that game knew there was a lot of doubt about that. And we also believe the umpires should have used the process, gone to the review. Had they gone to the review, we would have got that right.
All right, Adelaide taking on Port Adelaide. There were two here. We'll look at them back to back. Ricky Henderson and then Matthew Lobey. Get your thoughts on this.
Well, this is my point about using all the resources. The goal umpire in this case came to the line to give a goal. Two boundary umpires ran in and said, no, this has hit the post. We need to have a look. We think this has hit the post. Sure enough, goes to review. That angle's not conclusive, but another angle that we saw a bit earlier showed that it clearly hit the post. So this is where using all the resources really helps us hit the post. Goal umpire overruled by the review, which confirmed that it was a point. Same with this one. This is young Lobey, snaps towards goal. Again, you can see the goal umpire. He was coming to the line to give a goal. Again, the boundaries came in and said, we believe this has been touched. Again, we go to the review, and the review will reveal that the ball was touched not once, but probably 2 or 3 times on the way through.
All right, there. We'll have a look at a graphic here off the back of this that just reaffirms what you've just said.
Well, there's a lot of people not quite sure of the score review system, so I thought we may as well show exactly how it works. The field umpire or the score review official can initiate a consultation. So if the field umpire and the umpires on the field or the score review official up in the box thinks there's something that we should review, they will initiate that. Then the field umpire on the field will gather the evidence from the other on-field officials. So the boundaries, the goalies, the other field umpires, if they've got something to offer, they'll get all that intelligence and they'll talk about that because they need to form a view. So then the field umpire will signal for the review, and confirm what the view of the umpire's call is. So he'll draw the box and he'll say, we believe it's a point or we believe it's hit the post. Can you just check? Once the score review official has assessed the vision and it's inconclusive, the field umpire will let the decision stand that was decided upon on the field. So if it's inconclusive, it stands what the umpires thought. If the vision is conclusive, the score review official will just confirm what it was based on the vision. So it's pretty straightforward. But Wayne, this year we've had 52 score reviews. We've had 8 occasions where on the field the umpires formed a view and it's been shown that that was wrong by the video evidence. So on 8 occasions, we've got it right by using the review system.
Just before we move on, hopefully that clears us up for everybody involved. Are you happy with how it's being administered at the moment?
Look, in a perfect world, we'd have camera angles everywhere and, you know, the networks would be providing along the goal and hotspot or whatever you want to call it. We'd have all these resources to use. But we knew going in that we had limited resources. I think everybody knew that. And Adrian Anderson and our department told everybody we were going to use what resources were available. We've done that. And as I said, on 8 occasions, we've corrected it to get it right. We've had 2 errors. But 2 errors compared to 10 is a good result. So, look, it's not perfect, we admit that, but we're getting it right most of the time.
15 rounds of football, a lot of football's been played, so let's continue on. Travis Cloke against Carlton on the weekend. Some would say that it's a very technical decision, protecting his space, mark paid, but not according to the umpires.
Yeah, look, the rule book says you can't push, bump, block a hole, and the issue here was with when Travis actually went at his opponent and bumped him away. Not the biggest bump, but enough to put his opponent Robinson out of the contest, and we're comfortable with a free kick paid for a push in a marking contest.
All right, Kangaroos lost the narrow one against the West Coast Eagles. This was a contentious one. Lindsay Thomas didn't get the fall of the green or rub of the green.
Yeah, well, your heart's in your mouth. I was watching this one off television from Sydney and my heart was in my mouth because I saw Thomas go to ground. Really relieved when I saw a replay come up to show that probably Lindsay stumbled, went to ground himself, which caused Glass to go with him, but there's no real infringement there. So really relieved. You look at the score, you look at the time on the clock, really relieved our umpire saw that clearly and processed it well.
Nice nomination from Steph De Silva. Appreciate that. Our second one is from VB Fairfield. Let's have a look at it. 50-metre penalty against the Bombers on the weekend.
Yeah, look, we felt in this occasion Essendon was really unlucky, particularly Ricky Dyson. We can see Revolt's been awarded the free kick, a hit to the back of the head, so he's recovering. He's trying to catch his breath, trying to regain his composure. Dyson's ready to give him the ball, but unfortunately Nick hadn't turned around and the umpire deemed it took too long to give him the ball. Now, other than run around and give it to him, I'm not sure what he could have done.
What about Adam Schneider, who's got his hands up at the back? Could he not have given the ball to him? Would that have been 50 metres anyway?
That would have been 50 metres because you're supposed to give it to the direct person. So he was very unlucky, Dyson, on that occasion. We just felt, look, a little bit of common sense there because Nick Riewoldt wasn't in a position to take the ball at that stage.
All right, final decision we'll have a look at. This guy's an absolute superstar, rugby league, rugby union and now AFL. I think he may have been playing rugby union, rugby league, Carmichael Hunt.
Well, Carmichael dives on the ball, so now he's got to knock it out. He doesn't, he stands up, continues to try and barge through.
It's a try.
And the umpire is holding his whistle, So he gave Carmichael a lot of time to try and do something with the footy, and unfortunately he didn't. So dives on it, now he must knock it out, but he doesn't. He stands up, tries to crash through, tries to barge his way through. The umpire's holding his whistle. We need to see him make an attempt as well. None of that fourth came. Comfortable with the holding the ball.
All right, very good. It's been a busy week, round 16. We're only a few days away from that. Appreciate you coming in again.
No worries, mate.
And we'll see you again next Tuesday. At AFL, hashtag your call is the way that you can get involved in the program. Appreciate Gish coming in. Congratulations to Sard of Coburg, Victoria, and Dylan Imey of Aberfoyle Park in South Australia, winners of last week's Quit Now reserve seat tickets. Quit Now, our very good friends, are giving you the chance to win reserve seating double passes to a game of your choice. All you have to do is log into quitnow.gov.au and in 25 words or less, give us your best motivational speech encouraging a friend or family member to quit smoking. Hello, mate.